More than 20 years have passed since the release of the first part of the Harry Potter franchise. During this time, the children's audience of viewers have grown along with the actors who played in this cult movie. Many people wonder how the life of the actors who embodied on the screen the story of the boy who survived has changed. Who passed away during this time? What is clever Hermione engaged in life right now? Has Daniel Radcliffe thrown off the shackles of the image of Harry? And where is Rupert Grint? This is Biographer Express, and today we will find out what the grown-up star children and their older colleagues on the set of the Potteriana have been doing for 2 decades. For many, the untimely death in 2016 of the idol of millions of viewers, the inimitable Alan Rickman, who played the role of Professor Severus Snape, was a shock. He died of pancreatic cancer at the age of 69. Rickman became famous long before Potteriana due to the role of the antagonist in Die Hard. Because of this, Alan stuck for the role of a villain, although he has many diverse roles. There were also wonderful dramatic roles, such as, for example, in the beloved New Year's comedy Love Actually. He played the unfaithful husband. But for the younger generation, Rickman is associated with a role in the Harry Potter films.
Seeing how grand it must be to be the chosen one.
After the release of the films, fans learned an intriguing fact. Alan Rickman knew that Severus Snape loved Lily Potter from the very beginning. He convinced J.K. Rowling that he needed to learn more facts about Snape to understand the character. No one else knew this secret. When the director asked why the actor plays the role that way, Alan mysteriously replied, "I'll tell you later." He actively starred in parallel with the work on Potteriana and after it. For example, Rickman's comedic talent was reflected in the 2012 film Gambit. In 2014, he took up directing the costume drama A Little Chaos, in which he also acted as an actor, playing King Louis XIV. In his personal life, Rickman had an unshakable constancy from 1977 until his death. He lived with only one woman, economics teacher Rima Horton. The couple had no children. Of course, the viewer will always remember Alan Rickman, who gave us an unforgettable image of Professor Snape. Meanwhile, some have already managed to slightly forget Richard Harris, who played Professor Dumbledore in the first 2 parts. At the beginning of the noughties, this wonderful actor had a career boost. Being already at a respectable age, he played the role of the Emperor Marcus Aurelius in the movie Gladiator.
Since I became Caesar, I've known 4 years without war. 4 years of peace in 20. And for what?
But alas, in 2002, at the age of 72, he passed away. Harris laid the foundation for the character of the School of Witchcraft and Wizardry headmaster, and the actor Michael Gambon continued his work. It was he who played Professor Dumbledore until the last episode. After the filming of the Potteriana was completed, and until recently, he continued to act in films, however in episodic roles. The reason for this was Gambon's age, because today he is 82 years old, and the actor's memory began to fail, not allowing him to memorize long texts.
But you know, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times.
But Maggie Smith, who played Minerva McGonagall, the head of the Gryffindor house, was not prevented by age or illness. She turned out to be a resilient woman. She did not interrupt the shooting, even being seriously ill, and stoically endured difficulties. Right during the filming of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, the 6th part of the saga, she had to undergo major surgery to remove breast cancer. But our Iron Lady, in spite of the seriousness of the situation, finished shooting. And in subsequent parts, we could enjoy her acting. Maggie Smith turned out to be the oldest actress who starred in Potteriana. After the release of the last part of Deathly Hallows, the actress slightly reduced the number of filming, preferring voice acting or TV projects. But we still continue to see our wonderful Dame Commander on the screens in bright roles. There are, for example, the eccentric London old lady and the lady in the van.
I'm a sick woman, dying possibly.
Or the Dowager Countess in Downton Abbey. Now Maggie Smith is 88 years old, and she apparently has no plans to end her career. Such strong dedication cannot fail to impress. It is known about the personal life of the actress that she lived for 20 years, married to the playwright Beverly Cross, until his death in 1998. Robbie Coltrane, aka Rubius Hagrid, has lost ground quite a lot over the years, although he is younger than Smith by as much as 16 years. The disease of the joints of our good-natured giant literally put him in a wheelchair. After the end of the filming of Harry Potter, which made the actor mega famous, Coltrane, due to illness, almost did not appear on the screens. He only voiced several cartoons and played cameo roles in the films Effie Gray and Great Expectations. The last time Coltrane appeared in the Harry Potter 20th anniversary returned to Hogwarts, where he said with great sadness that the legacy of the Harry Potter films will pass from the generation of his children to their children.
You could be watching it in 50 years' time. Easy. I'll not be here, sadly, but don't you think on it for 1 minute. But Hagrid will. Yes.
His words turned out to be prophetic. The actor died on October 14th, 2022, at the age of 72. Another prominent professor is Sybil Trelawney, or rather Emma Thompson, who plays this role, is quite popular with filmmakers and for good reason. Her appearance in films very often led to the success of the picture. After Harry Potter, Thompson was nominated for a Golden Globe twice. Among her recent works, some can single out. For example, the insidious Baroness in Cruella, and the main role in the tragicomedy film Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, which premiered in January 2022.
Number 1, I perform oral sex on you. Number 2, you perform oral sex on me. Number 3, we do a 69, if that's what it's still called. I don't know. 4, me on top. 5, doggy style.
That all sounds very achievable.
As for her personal life, Emma has been married for a long time to actor Greg Wise, with whom she has 2 children, a daughter and an adopted son.
That's me. Your turn.
Kenneth Branagh, aka Professor Lockhart, aka Thompson's ex-husband, whom she divorced because of his affair with Helena Bonham Carter, is also in high demand.
But I don't talk about that.
Recently, the actor starred in the drama Tenet by Christopher Nolan, directed and starred in the film adaptation of Shakespeare's All Is True. In the newly released Belfast, he acted as a director and as a screenwriter. In February 2022, the detective drama Death of the Nile was released based on the novel of the same name by Agatha Christie, which was directed by Branagh. There, he also appeared in the image of Hercule Poirot. It's convenient when you're your own director, and in his personal life, he finally had a bright streak. He has been happily married to art director Lindsay Brunick for a long time. David Thewlis, who played the role of the werewolf Remus Lupin, continues to act a lot. He's quite versatile as he's engaged in directing and writing scripts, music, poetry, and painting. In the 2000s, Thewlis was not limited to shooting only Potteriana. He appeared in Ridley Scott's Kingdom of Heaven and Terrence Malick's The New World. In 2006, he starred in the remake of The Omen. Also, we would like to mention his role as the commandant of the Nazi death camp, the father of the main character in the film The Boy in the Striped Pajamas in 2008. A year later, the viewer saw him in the role of the head of the hospital for the mentally ill in the film Veronica Decides to Die. Of the latter, we can single out his role in the atmospheric series The Sandman, based on the graphic novels of Neil Gaiman, which had premiered in August 2022. David's personal life is fine too. He has an only daughter with his ex-wife Anna Friel, who has done a lot for Thewlis. For example, under her influence, he overcame his bad habits and began to monitor his health. In 2017, he married a French artist named Hermine. The caretaker Argus Filch, who was played by David Bradley, has already celebrated his 80th birthday. But old age did not prevent the actor from having a role in the TV series Game of Thrones, where he played the best wedding planner, Lord Walder Frey.
Maybe I'm not the most pleasant man, I'll admit it, but I'm proud of you lot. You're my family.
In addition, he appeared in the TV series The Strain and participated in voice acting, where age is not an obstacle. Bradley has been married to Rosanna Bradley since 1978. The couple has a child. The villains of the Potteriana became the undeniable unique foundation that made the series of films exciting. And all this is thanks to the charisma of the actors who embodied the images of dark magicians.
You filthy half-blood!
It's all right, it's just a curious lad, aren't you?
The inimitable Helena Bonham Carter in the image of Bellatrix Lestrange, everyone remembers from the Fight Club, which brought her wide fame. On the set of Harry Potter, Helena was allowed to do whatever she wanted. The producers reasonably relied on her intuition and vision of the image of the odious villain. So she frolicked in this image, laughed, jumped. In general, the celebrity was allowed everything, despite the fact that sometimes Isaacs wanted to tell her to shut up. This is what it means to be a real star. Helena started acting with the fourth part of the franchise in 2007. In the same year, she played in Tim Burton's thriller Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street, and after it, in Terminator Salvation, and in the Oscar-winning The King's Speech. Helena has a very busy shooting schedule. Sometimes she has 3 projects a year. From the latest works of the actress, one can recall the eccentric image of Rose Weil in Ocean's 8, as well as Princess Margaret from the acclaimed TV series The Crown. Recently, Helena played the mother of the main character in Netflix films about the adventures of Enola Holmes. There is as always love in Helena's personal life. It is known that since 2018, she is in a romantic relationship with a 32-year-old writer and teacher of modern literature and art, Rai Holmboe.
I'm done.
Another villain, Lucius Malfoy, was played by no less famous actor Jason Isaacs, who also has good roles. Despite the fact that Isaacs most often does not play the main roles, his characters are specific and memorable. From the latest, there are The Death of Stalin, Hotel Mumbai, London Fields, and Operation Mincemeat of 2022. In Potteriana, the actor was originally invited to play the role of Gilderoy Lockhart, but played, as we know, the role of the arrogant and cold-hearted father of Draco Malfoy. The actor said that he got this role precisely because he did not want to play it, since he already had the villainous role of Captain Hook in Peter Pan, and he did not want to play another unpleasant character. The actor read the text at the audition, grinding his teeth to get rid of him, and the producers realized he looks just like Lucius, so he couldn't get away from it. It is known about the actor's personal life that he lives with actress Emma Hewitt and has 2 daughters. Ralph Fiennes, who plays the role of Dark Lord, is doing fine both before and after filming Harry Potter. When he started filming in Potteriana, he was already known for his roles in Schindler's List and The English Patient, for which he was twice nominated for an Oscar in the 90s. Remarkably, Ralph has not read Rowling's books. His sister convinced him to accept the role of Voldemort, for which the fans are very grateful to her.
What? You're being asked to play Voldemort? You've got to do it!
Ralph Fiennes continues to be a very sought-after actor even now. What is his colorful appearance in The Grand Budapest Hotel and the supporting but no less vivid role of Gareth Mallory in Bondiana? However, the actor also has roles in not very successful films. For example, in the Kingsman prequel. He also participates in voice acting, engages in production and directing. Soon, we will see him together with Anya Taylor-Joy in the new thriller, The Menu. The personal life of Ralph Fiennes has remained a mystery for the last decade. After parting with Francesca Annis, with whom they lived for 11 years, Ralph is seen only in fleeting affairs. Harry Potter's godfather, Gary Oldman, as Radcliffe admitted in the Harry Potter 20th anniversary return to Hogwarts, was both an inspiration for the whole trio and an amazing role model.
This is acting, guys. This is what we all need to be working towards.
This actor is generally a very multifaceted personality and a master of transformation. Of recent ones, we can note his work in the dramatic film Mank by David Fincher.
Well, that, my friend, is the magic of the movies.
Darkest Hour, where he played Churchill, and in the thriller Crisis. Gary Oldman's personal life was more than very interesting. Now, he is married for the 5th time to the writer Giselle Schmidt. The fate of 2 slackers, Goyle and Crabbe, sidekicks of Draco Malfoy, turned in an interesting way. Joshua Herdman, despite the fact that he played Goyle in all 8 episodes, did not become in demand in the next decade after the end of the Harry Potter series. Only in the role in Piggy and Robin Hood became his only pride for all time. Maybe that's why. Confirming his stage role of Slacker, he made his debut as a MMA fighter and even won an amateur contest.
Josh Herdman! Well, that is a surprise.
But further, he has had success so far neither in martial arts nor in cinema. Joshua is married to Jessica Ward. The couple has a son, Morgan. Jamie Waylett was much cooler. Apparently, the guy was completely brainwashed by the image of Vincent Crabbe since starting from adolescence. He began to have drug problems. And in 2009, one piquant circumstance did not allow him to continue acting in the Deathly Hallows. When the guy turned 20, the cops arrested him because they found a knife and bags of funny potion in his car. Moreover, the police who came to arrest him were shocked by the plantations of cannabis that he grew at home. At the trial, he mumbled something about the fact that this was how he was engaged in botany. In general, then Jamie escaped with fright and had 120 hours of community service. But apparently, this kind of punishment did not teach him anything. In 2011, during street riots in London, surveillance cameras recorded him with a petrol bomb in his hands, and the police again find 15 bushes in his house. And alas, it definitely wasn't a mandrake. So no one believed in the naive legend about the love of botany. Waylett had to go not to the School of Wizards, but to a much less pleasant place with bars on the windows, where he went in 2012 for a 2-year re-education. At first, the role of Draco Malfoy did not make Tom Felton the possessor of audience love. Because of his compelling acting, peers often felt dislike and fear for the actor, as for a real villain. But over the years, the attitude of Harry Potter's fans to Tom began to change for the better. They began to love him. Despite this, the role of an arrogant bad guy has stuck to him, which is why he receives offers of the roles of scoundrels. But Felton, unlike some of his colleagues, was not desperate and did not stop acting in various projects. The role of Dr. Alchemy in the series The Flash allowed the actor to get audience sympathy from fans of comics and superheroes. Also, he took part in the filming of the Fantastic American web series Origin, where he played one of the astronauts. His last work was in the drama The Forgotten Battle, where he finally got the role of not a bad guy, but a pilot of the British Army. It is difficult to call an actor lucky or happy in love affairs. After breaking up with Jade Gordon in 2016, Felton avoids talking about his personal life. A modest but brave Longbottom, Matthew Lewis, did not stop acting after the finishing of the Potter saga. Lewis is quite popular, despite the fact that his roles are more often supporting. Such a wave of popularity is associated with his magical transformation from an indecisive, well-fed teenager with not very straight teeth to a muscular young man. In the movie Me Before You, we see a sporty man with a model appearance. Lewis also does not shy away from advertising underwear. He even starred with Margot Robbie. There are such metamorphoses. In 2018, Lewis married Angela Jones, an event organizer at Universal Studios. Our charming Ivana Lynch is starred, but very rarely, after the role of Luna in Harry Potter, which she not only played, but lived a life. Lynch starred in the only notable role in the movie My Name is Emily. In this dramatic picture, she again tried on the role of an eccentric girl. In general, in the 2010s, Ivana moved away from cinema and engaged in podcasts promoting veganism. Also, she advocated for the protection of animals. Her personal achievement was the struggle with an eating disorder that led a young woman to anorexia.
But why can't the others see them?
They can only be seen by people who've seen death.
She described her personal experience and thoughts in her book where she told how she defeated the disease. Ivana is currently in a lull in cinematography, as, in fact, in her personal life. It is known that from 2013 to 2017, Lynch dated with a colleague on the set of the Harry Potter, Robbie Jarvis. Now her life is as mysterious as her heroine Luna. Brothers James Phelps and Oliver Phelps, the red-haired Weasley twins, were not too lucky in their further acting careers. James starred in a worthless horror movie. Oliver was building his personal life. He got married and he had a daughter. In 2017, the brothers began to co-host humorous podcasts on YouTube as well as on streaming services. Their recent joint work is The Travel Project. They visited Iceland, Ireland, the United Arab Emirates, and Poland. On the Cameo service, they have both general and personal pages. You can ask the brothers questions there or order congratulations for family and friends. However, this pleasure is not free. Also, the brothers appeared in a 20-second cameo in Last Night in Soho. In general, they are happy with life.
I've always felt our futures lay outside the world of academic achievement.
Bonnie Wright, who played Ginny Weasley, officially announced in 2015 that she was ending her acting career. The reason was that Bonnie decided to focus on directing. For this, she even studied film and television at the University of the Arts London. After graduating from university, Wright founded her own film company named Bon Bon Lumiere, which specialized in short films. Now Bonnie Wright is actively engaged in environmental protection in terms of awareness of plastic pollution. For this purpose, she started to develop her YouTube channel. There, she also announced the release of her book on environmental issues. In March 2022, Bonnie married Andrew Lococo, with whom she had been in a relationship for a long time. Rupert Grint managed to do a lot after finishing Potteriana. He married Georgia Groom and had a child in 2020. However, in terms of demand and popularity, he became the downright opposite of his screen hero Ron Weasley. The actor explains this by the fact that acting was not his dream at all, but just so the stars came together. In various interviews, he has repeatedly argued that it would be good to end his career and do something more interesting. The actor often reflects on the problem of early fame that he has gained as a teenager. For example, he once complained that he was always in plain sight and actually missed a quiet, anonymous life. After the end of the Harry Potter series, Rupert hung out to his heart's content, got involved in some businesses, spending millions earned on the set.
How much for this? 5 galleons. How much for me? 5 galleons. I'm your brother. 10 galleons.
And he enjoyed life. It should be noted that Grint, despite the statement that he is not enthusiastic about his acting career, still starred in TV series and films. For example, he can be seen in the miniseries with John Malkovich, The ABC Murders, and in the series for Apple TV, Servant by Night Shyamalan. Well, in the big movie, his main achievement was shooting in the comedy Moonwalkers, together with Ron Perlman.
So what are you saying?
I think you're a mess, Johnny. You're disorganized, you're ineffective.
Can you lend me some money then?
By the way, we told you more about the 3 main actors of the Potteriana in our other video. If you want to know all the details on their biographies, then click on the pop-up card. Of the world-famous Trinity, Emma Watson, aka Hermione Granger, has become the most demanded and famous. After Potteriana, Emma starred in a huge number of diverse roles and outstanding projects, and it is worth noting that films with her participation collected a very good box office. Among the most striking ones are the teen drama The Perks of Being a Wallflower, the epic film Noah with Russell Crowe, the musical film Beauty and the Beast, the film adaptation of Dave Eggers' novel The Circle with Tom Hanks. Despite the fact that Emma got rich on Potteriana and gained incredible popularity, her success had a downside. In the Harry Potter 20th anniversary return to Hogwarts, she admitted that she felt terribly lonely. Fame puts too much pressure on the teenager. Perhaps social activity helps her to cope with personal problems. So, she became a UN Goodwill Ambassador, actively advocating for gender equality. She not only expresses her views in words, but also has matched it with deeds. In 2019, Emma launched the legal helpline for people who have suffered sexual harassment in the workplace, then on a cinematographic career. Among other things, Emma invests in environmental startups, joined the board of directors at the fashion conglomerate Kering, which owns brands such as Gucci and Yves Saint Laurent. It can be summed up that with the know-it-all Hermione has grown up and in reality has become a very multifaceted and influential woman. Emma's personal life, like in the movies, is very stormy and intense. At the moment, it is rumored that Watson is infatuated with Brandon Green, the son of the owner of the Topshop brand. Well, we are glad that, like Hermione, Emma Watson has become a role model and inspires many fans with her activities now. A lot of people love her character, but what about you? Who is your favorite character in Harry Potter? Write your opinion in the comments. The boy wizard, Daniel Radcliffe, more than any of the actors, tried to get rid of the image of Harry Potter. In addition, unlike other world-famous star children, Radcliffe managed to withstand the enormous test of fame that he gained. In his teens, the actor began to abuse alcohol and hang out at parties, but fortunately, he gave that up and got to work. Daniel tried himself in completely different roles. It seems that he was too anxious to get rid of the image of Harry from the consciousness of himself and everyone around him that he got the roles in very non-standard projects, such as, for example, Swiss Army Man, where he appeared in the image of a farting corpse.
I want to have sex
However, Radcliffe recognizes that his main role will always be Harry Potter. Daniel tearfully recognized in the Harry Potter 20th anniversary return to Hogwarts that he was very lucky that he became who he became, lives the way he lives, and can work with those with whom he is working now. And all this is thanks to Harry Potter. Radcliffe is filmed a lot, although not always his roles can be considered successful. Daniel Radcliffe's colleagues, Melling and Pattinson, during the same time, very much got ahead. Harry Melling specifically lost weight during the filming of Harry Potter, which gave him an excellent opportunity to play characteristic roles far from the image of Dudley. He was filmed a lot. He took on any role. As a result, in 2020, he appeared in the incredibly popular TV series The Queen's Gambit from Netflix.
Harry Beltic. What's your name?
Melling's fame has greatly expanded thanks to memes about the distance between his eyes and Anya Taylor-Joy's eyes. The second equally significant attempt was the role of the preacher in the psychological thriller The Devil All the Time in 2022. Harry Melling is married to Lauren Melling, about whom nothing is reported, since the actor does not talk to the press about his personal life. That's who really became a celebrity, so it's Robert Pattinson. After Harry Potter, he was quickly invited to the cult Twilight Saga, and then his career took off. The last 10 years, he has been considered one of the most first-class and bright young actors. It is impossible to forget all the films released with his participation. Recent works include the thriller Tenet by Christopher Nolan and The Batman, which received very good reviews. Although Pattinson himself says that he was terribly afraid to go to the premiere, fearing that he would be branded as the worst Batman. As for his personal life, since 2018, he has been dating British actress and model Suki Waterhouse. It was not easy for Robert Pattinson, like Radcliffe, to get rid of the image of a cute teenager, but it seems that he was very successful in this matter. Radcliffe, on the other hand, strips off the image of Harry Potter as own skin. He had the most unthinkable roles. Sometimes he ran around with horns, then with pistols pinned to his hands.
See, they drugged me and they drilled these out of my hands.
Moreover, the search and ambiguous experiments are still taking place. Therefore, in the first season of the comedy series Miracle Workers, Daniel played the role of a low-level angel in the Heavenly Chancery. In the following seasons, the place and time of the action changes, from the Middle Ages to the Wild West. Only the cast and the comedic presentation remain. Here you can see Radcliffe in crazy images and costumes and almost naked.
Does he even know where he is?
I think he's just completely out of his mind at this point.
The mountain when she comes.
In general, Daniel has almost managed to throw off the shackles of a little magician, and he has become a brave and quite colorful actor. In 2022, he appeared as an antagonist in the adventure comedy The Lost City. Later that year, he starred in the film Weird, the Al Yankovic story. Harry Potter 20th Anniversary Return to Hogwarts, Radcliffe sums up, expressing in general the thoughts of all the participants of the Harry Potter series.
It was a very good 10 years.
And we believe him willingly. The love of the creators of the Harry Potter film universe for their work is expressed in the excellent quality of the movies, and we analyze one of them in detail in our other video. Why do viewers love Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban? What directorial tricks did Alfonso Cuarón go to make the third part so exciting? Follow the link and watch. And that's all for today. It was Biographer Express. Don't forget to like this video. See you very soon. Bye-bye.